Hey, this is Coach Jesse and Coach Juliet from Unite Fitness. We're going to show you how to get your fitness assessments done before and after your training program. Doing the fitness assessment is very important to help you gauge any progress you've made in changes in weight, body fat, inches, strength changes, and changes in your cardiovascular. So some simple tests, you don't need a lot. You can either do some of this at home or even at your local gym. First thing you're going to want to do is take your weight. Just use the same scale. Do it the same time at the same day. So like Monday morning, before you eat, before you drink anything. And that way, a couple months down the road, a couple weeks down the road, and you take it on another Monday in the morning, you won't have to worry about changes from what you're eating or drinking. So, moving on, body fat. You can do this at home with some simple devices. Let's take a look at that. Juliet is holding an example of an inexpensive product that you can get for at-home use. And many gyms actually carry that. At your gym, they can also do it with body fat calipers or other devices. So very simple to get done, but get that done. It's a very important number to do. The last measurement you're wanting to do is circumference. All you need is a tape measure and somebody to help you out. There's some key parts to do this, and it's very important you get it done in the right spot. Chest, waist, belly, hips, thighs, and upper arm. So from behind, you're going to take this strap center of the chest. When it's across the center of the chest, bring the arms down and measure the distance. Make sure you don't pull, but just a nice loose. Record that number. Next stop is the waist. You want to find the most narrow point in the midsection. Again, measure that. The belly. Go right at the belly button. At this point, you're going to want to make sure that your strap is level, not up or down. The next one is the hip. So you want to find the center of the glutes and take the ruler all the way around and measure that. Arm and leg, we only have to do a single leg. So Juliet, can you turn around? Good, your right leg. You want to find the center point between the knee and the hip. You can use your tape measure to find the center point between. Hold that point. Thank you. And measure at the thigh. And the last point will be the upper arm. So what you want to do is make a muscle, find the peak of that muscle, put the tape measure around, and then bring the arm to a nice relaxed position. And now you have your measurements. After your body measurements, you'll want to move on to your cardiovascular test. It's a 12-minute run that you can do inside on a treadmill or outside on the road. Just measure your distance using a GPS watch or an app on your phone.
You can also use alternatives to running by using a bike or a rowing machine. Just make sure you have an odometer to measure your distance in that 12 minutes.
We measure your strength with 3 tests: the squat, the push-up, and the sit-up. Juliet, let's see what a good squat looks like. Excellent. Now she's squatting over a bench. If you do this, it actually helps you give you a target and also helps to keep consistency between the first and the last fitness assessment you do. What if you can't reach the bench?
If you can't go all the way down to the bench, then what you can do is use a yoga block. Just place that block right underneath of you. That way you still have a target that you can reach down to.
We understand that many people have varying ranges of motion, so go as deep as you can. Ultimately, you do want to squat down to at least 90 degrees where the hip crease drops below the knee stays behind the toes, the feet stay grounded, and the back is nice and straight. Excellent. Moving on. Your next one is the push-up. So, with your hands spread out about shoulder width apart, bring your chest at least 1 fist distance off the ground. Guys, maybe even hit your chest towards the ground. Fingertips should remain underneath the shoulders.
You can also drop down to your knees to do these, still trying to get full range of motion. Again, making sure that there's a fistful of room, or if you can, drop your chest all the way down to the floor. Nice straight line between your shoulders and your hips. Try not to push your hips back and just use the arms. You want to use the whole body in your push-up.
This is a full body movement, so engage your core. There should be no wiggle movement in the hips. The next test is the sit-ups. Cross your arms across your chest with your chin tucked slightly. Sit up until your elbows hit your thighs or anywhere along your legs. As soon as your shoulder blades hit the floor, sit up again. You can have somebody hold your feet, place your feet underneath a weight, or if you can, do it by yourself.
You can also put your feet under a couch as well. That's a great place to hold your feet down. You want to do as many repetitions of each of these 3 movements in 1 minute. Record that and compare the results the next time you do the fitness assessment. To gauge your flexibility, we use 1 flexibility test. First, we use a tape measure, so you can do this anywhere. Place it at the 0 at your toe, and then walk your hands out until you're in a push-up position. From here, you're going to get into a downward-facing dog. That's hips up, legs are straight, and head is between the arms. From here, we're going to walk your hands back, and as long as your head is between your arms and your knees are straight, you're in the proper position. As soon as your head pops up or your knees start to bend, that's where you take your measurement, right at the base of the palm of the hand, and you measure that distance between the toe and the base of the palm of the hand. Now, if you can walk your hands all the way back to 0, like Juliet is demonstrating, you have excellent flexibility. So you want to put a little bit more focus into your strength and cardiovascular and just maintain that flexibility.